Hello and welcome to another quick look. Me, GamerWolfSix, of another furry visual novel. This one, My Pirate Husbandos. Anyways, before we start, if you're interested in playing this game, you can get it for free on itch.io. But if you want to support the people that make this game and or get the news version earlier, then you can go to Patreon, where it's checking the thing just to be sure, $3 a month. Sometimes I have to really read these things to be like, that's it, even though it's right there at the top. So, the synopsis of this game. Having nearly drowned at sea, you find yourself an outsider among a handsome pirate crew who rescued you. They set sail by day, do depraved things at night, and you can't keep your mind from thinking about them. I mean, they are big. And husbandos? Never mind. I was like, is husbando, do you have to be a husband to be it? And it's like, yeah, I guess not. Anyways, also before we start, if you want me to do a Let's Play series of this game, then tell me, and I'll give it a point, which will put up higher on the list. Also, if you have any other games you want me to do quick looks of, then tell me, and I'll add it to the quick look list, and go do that. And also added a point. Is there anything else I need to say? Don't think so. The audio does seem a tad bit loud, though I guess it's fine. So, reset my face. And begin. Mate. Mate? Mate. Mate. Mate? Do I have to click here? Oh, hey, mate. I was like, how many times is it going to ask mate? What happens if I press the... I guess pressing enter was just to reload it. You alright, mate? Oh my eyes. The salty sea breeze invades my lungs, and the hot sun warms my face. 8. Sorry. My face burns, but my body feels cold and wet. I look down to find my drenched clothes flapping in the wind. A shiver betraying the sunshine I find myself basking in. Oi, Captain, he's awake. Yahar! A huge orange figure towers over me, blocking out the warm sunlight. It's safe work enough, right? Are you alright, matey? My men say they saw you fall from the cliff into the sea. What happened to you? Why did you... Response. ... Bah! I am getting ahead of myself. I didn't even ask how you're feeling. Bah ha 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 ha. How are you holding up? Hurt anywhere, matey? Also, for some reason my mind's like, hey, remember how they used to have mortars on ships? Which is weird. It was like Empire Total War and what was that one game? Black Flag. I wonder how useful those were. They don't seem accurate. I'm cold. Feeling cold? Need a hug? Another man cuts him off. Captain. Oh, right. You landlubber lot aren't into that, eh? Aye, sorry. Matey, take me paw. Come on, can you stand? I'm Poseidon, a captain of this ship. We're what you call pirates. Don't be scared. We won't eat you, ooh, unless you want me to eat you up. What do you mean by eating me up? I'm actually kind of scared. I bet you'd want to eat me up. This response? Captain. Wah! I'm kidding. Look at me bad manners. Not really used to talking to landlubbers. Bah, my bad, matey. Look at you. Your body's trembling. How about we make you some hot stew to warm you up? But if you got a problem staying here, we can send you to the shore right away. Where do you call home, matey? I don't want to go home. Don't want to go home? But aren't you... Kind of reminds me of that one game where, like, I guess you leave home because stuff and join a pirate crew. Why would I leave when I just met you? Wink, wink. I mean, let's just do that. My bad. Kinda forget. I can be a bit forward. Wahaha. The big tiger slaps me hard on the back. Ooh. The crew loves saying, I've got me head in the sand. Sorry if I offended you, matey. Come on, let's get you something to eat. But you feel better with something warm inside you. And I'm not meaning me Boys, serve up the hot food. The tiger man leads me below deck. When we enter the dining room, he heartily calls for his crew. I notice other pirates stalking us. They poke their heads around nearby corners, watching me with curious eyes. I mean, if they didn't have internet or computers, I bet they would, because it would be like, oh, there's something new. You know, over the course of what? Weeks? Months? Years at sea? It depends on how far you're going, anyways. It's not long before a large pot is placed before me, and the tiger man. The lid is raised, and the smell of steamy stew wafts through the cabin. The crew begin to pile into the room as stacks of meat, cheese, and rum lie at the dining tables. I sit down and find the captain holding a spoon of hot stew up to my muzzle. Okay, so an animal. Don't be shy, matey. Bet you feel drained, after you're just waking up, right? Open wide and let me feed you. Come on, eat up. It'll warm your body and soul. It's like chicken soup for the soul. Hot. What's up? It's too hot. Too hot? Ah, my bad. Wait, slow down. Slow down? Come on, you can handle more than that. Eat it up like a man. Matey, there are plenty more stew to come. Gulp this down, and we can talk more later if you'd like. The captain brings the wooden bowl in my mouth, tuning up as I take big gulps to force the deliciously steaming hot stew down. The thick stew is scaldingly hot, but I didn't want to push away the tiger man's meaty paw. My sword is a problem. My mouth really hurts. It's kind of cute. He's force-feeding me. When the hot stew is filling my stomach, I begin to feel the heat radiating through my body. Moments ago, I was shivering on the decks, but now I'm starting to sweat. My tongue feels sore, as if I just drank some scalding hot tea before letting it cool. I put my mouth and prod my tongue to the cheek to see if it's okay. What's wrong, matey? I give him a mournful glare. Was it really that hot for you? My bad. Let me kiss and make it better. I've actually had that tried on me, and it worked. The captain leans over, his muzzle wide open, tongue ready to invade my lips. Smooch. What? Captain, you're messing with him on purpose, aren't you? Huh? Not at all. Just keep forgetting about boundaries. Honest. Yeah, what does this guy want to do to me? Well, he wants to do more than just make sure you're okay. I guess this is like, I'm scared. I'm confused. Yes, daddy. Sorry, if I got me head in the sand again, matey. My first mate will come by to take care of you. He'll arrange for your bunk for the night. Do we actually have a bunk? Instead of, like, a hammock? If need be, I'll be in the captain's room. You're welcome to see me anytime. Now that I think of it, Black Flag also had the problem that, like, I think they seem to have bunk beds in that game instead of hammocks. And it's kind of weird that I'm like, and here's the historical reason why, because it's like, well, sleeping areas would take a lot of space, and hammocks, you can just, you know, fold them up and put them away so that people can use that space for other reasons during their time. You know. Anyways, Captain, he doesn't know where it is. Waha, you're right. Ask my first mate for directions when he sees you. I'm a busy man, you know. Yeah, kissing boys. With his meal over, the tiger man exits the dining hall. I'm left looking around at all the pirates, avoiding my gaze. These pirates don't look as fierce or dangerous as I expected, but still, I'm a little unnerved. I mean, these are the pirates who don't steal anything. Is that from like VeggieTales or something? I look down at the table, awkwardly chewing away at the piece of bread. I don't dare make a sound. With the captain gone, most of the pirates seem to ignore me. Instead, they're singing, shouting, and clearly having a merry time. They're drunk at grog. I could go for some grog. Well, I'm trying to, increase the amount of time I haven't been drinking. I try stuffing myself with bread until a pirate suddenly approaches me and gives me a hard slap on my butt. It do be like that. So, you're the kid they fetched out from the sea earlier? You done eating? Come with me. Before I can answer, he starts to leave. The boar man appears stout in stature. He's about the same height as me when seated. And he's short, but his muscles are probably huge enough to effortlessly lift the captain. Even though I'm still eating, I get up and follow the pirate. I'd rather not push my boundaries out of their generosity. What is this music? The boar man leads me into a roomy cabin with some bunks along the wall. For some reason this music makes me think, what, PS1? I've heard the crewmen sleep together because of limited space below deck, and yet, here, the pirates are giving some guy they just fished out of the sea their own private quarters. I look at the boar man and try to ask him about the room, but he just glares at me. What are you staring at? Well, don't take me for a fool. You be wondering why I'm short, ain't you? Typical landlubber. You judge people about everything. Would that be judging or just be questioning? Curiosity? I don't know. The boar man's sudden change in tone startles me. Sorry, I didn't mean to. Don't give me some half-arsed apology, like I care about you landlubbers. Being blessed with a load of bullshit is a load of bullshit. Nothing but a bunch of self-righteous. And you keep staring. Is your head too far up your arse to understand or something? Sorry, I'll turn around right now. How am I supposed to talk to you when you turned around, idiot? Come on, and face me already. Yes, sir. I ain't no sir, dumbass. I'm a pirate. Got it? I mean, you could be a sir. Or at least your captain. Privateering. Sorry, Mr. Pirate? And don't call me Mr. Pirate either. Are you fucking with me? Absolutely not. Huh. Then quit it, dumbass. I got a name, Damn it. It's Magdicious. Magdicious? Calling me Magdicious. Ain't no sirs, no misters, no nothing. You hear? No governor. Yes, Miss Magdicious. Jeez. Huh. Anyway, you'll be staying here for now. If you need anything, just ask me, or tell me crew that you need to see the first mate. First mate? Yeah, the first mate. Bah, don't tell me you ain't got a clue what a first mate is. The hell's wrong with you landlubbers? How come you don't know something so simple? Sorry about that. For feck's sake, why do I got to deal with this shit? Do you even know what a poop deck is? Also, we wipe our arse with a rope. That's an actual thing. I despise you, blessed. We don't know a thing about the world outside your mainland, yet you live blindly behind all your fucked up rules. Like no shagging in the alleyways. When you say that ain't anyone living by your rules are barbarians. You look down upon us and label us depraved, disgusting things. Well, that's ironic, if you ask me. His nipple rings are kinda hot. Seriously, matey, stop looking at me nipples. I know that feeling. Eh. Think whatever you want, landlubber's a landlubber. I'll make it short, like me, the first mate, the second greatest person after the captain himself. Or in charge? So, you can call me for anything here on the ship, got it? I'm not sure if that's how that works, but okay. Magnus puffs out his chest. His smug expression is surprisingly endearing. It's funny to see how such a small guy trying to act bigger than he really is. He's on his tippy toes even, but I realize it'd be a bad idea to show my amusement after his recent outburst. So it's okay for me to have my own private quarters? What? You ain't chuffed about it? You can share with the other guys then. You got it good, dumbass. Also, you got a window too. Look at that. Pretty much looks like a cabin in here. I'll be frank, we're more used to sleeping together with our own kind. Nobody uses this room. It's not like we'd sleep with some blessed landlubber anyway. You all sleep together? Yeah, why? Don't you require some form of privacy? Matey, this is a ship. What do you think? There's no privacy here. Privacy? Never heard of it. Or privacy. I try to explain the meaning of privacy to the boar man. Seriously. Things you don't want people to know? Ha, that's why you blessed are a bunch of hypocrites. Us pirates get nothing to hide from each other. I wouldn't exactly say that. Like, privacy is also just kind of being like, hey, I kind of want to be alone and not have to think about other people for a hot minute. You like to pretend you're all noble and shit, but when you're alone, you're as indecent as the rest of us. But that's why you gotta hide yourselves from everyone, because you're masturbating. We pirates can be indecent as we want to be, and we ain't judging each other for it. Oh, go on and have your privacy then. Just don't expect us to do the same. We don't want to have our own private parts. Feel free to use whatever you find in this room, but don't you be going off wandering around the ship, you hear? If I see you anywhere else, I'll make ye walk the plank. Like, where wouldn't we be able to go? I guess captain's quarters or gunpowder rooms or something. Yes, Magdicious. Good. I guess you nearly drowned today, yeah? You're probably exhausted. Drowning be hardy work. You better rest up, if you know what's good for you. Harumph. Magdicious forcefully swings the door shut when he leaves, but it closes without a sound. Did he block it with his foot right before it hit the door frame? I bet you'd be great to hug. With Magdicious gone, I look around the room once again. There's a single window into the room from where I can see the sea outside. The setting sun keeps the room a little too warm for comfort. I open the window, but the sea breeze doesn't help much. I can understand why these pirates don't seem to wear much around the ship. I lie down on my bed in the room. With nothing else to focus on, I feel the ship rock back and forth. I try to sit still, but it just makes me dizzy. Is this seasickness? It's unbearable. I've never been seasick before. Granted, when I first went on the ship, they said, hey, take a Dramamine ahead of time and stuff like that. I don't know. I guess using VR kind of helps with that. You know, because everything looks the same, but you feel it moving back and forth, especially if you're at sea, if you're in a storm of 15-foot waves, but that's another thing. And also in VR, you can move without moving, or you move without, well, I guess if you move, then the thing moves, right? Yeah. I stare at the wood grain in the ceiling, trying to distract myself, but it doesn't help. Around that moment, someone opens the door. Are you alright? The pirate entering my room appears to be a giant bear man. Compared to Magdicious, he's so enormous that he has to lower his head to fit through the door. I brought you some food and medicine. What kind of medicine would you bring for somebody that almost drowned? With the way you looked when we fished you up, you probably haven't eaten enough. he's holding a wooden tray lined with a bowl of stew, a piece of bread, and a wooden cup of water. I remember the captain making me gulp down that stew earlier, tense up a little. Thankfully, the bear didn't do the same, and instead, he placed the tray onto the floor next to me. I guess you landlubbers aren't very used to rough seas, are you? I mean, it depends on rough seas. You look a bit unwell to me, fella. I'm too dizzy to answer, so I nod my head to him, though I guess it also depends on the ship's size. Ooh. Here, take this medicine once you eat something. It'll work better that way. So try to eat up, okay? If the stew is too hot, dip your head into it until it cools down. Oh, dip the bread into it. I can read. I was like, wait, why would you dip your head into the stew? I was like, maybe breathe in stew. I feel too sick to even have an appetite, but the bear's smile and genuine concern presses me to pick up the bread. Inside, the hard, black bread, a tiny worm is faintly visible. I don't complain. I dip the bread into the stew and bring it up to take a bite. Take your time, don't mind me, little fella. And also, you should probably dip your bread into the stew because it's probably hard tack. Or back tack? Or tack back? Or back tack? I don't know. I eat slowly and quietly. A while later, the bear breaks the silence. Now then, you've already met the captain and his first mate. I'm the second mate of the ship. My name is Isukied. I wonder if these are names from like stuff, because like the first guy was like Poseidon something, the second guy was something, and this is supposed to be like Sisyphus or Sisypheli. You probably realize this, but the captain, well, he's quick to get close to people. I'm sorry if he was rude to you. And the first mate, well, let's just say the landlubbers have left a pretty bad impression on him. But they're not bad guys. Well, I guess it's probably weird to say that us pirates aren't the bad guys. Our reputation speaks for itself. Pirates do some corrupt and immoral things. Like, apostasy. And that's a fancy word for, like, being atheist, I guess. I don't deny that. But I wanted to tell you my feelings first, little fella. I don't want you to hate us. Sorry, I should be considering your feelings too. I'm sure it must have been hard for you to be thrust into a group of pirates so suddenly. And sorry I'm moving my legs, cause, you know, when you sit in one way for, what, 30 minutes, it's a bit of a, you lose the feeling in my legs. The blessed couldn't possibly feel safe among us. What is blessed? No, I'm thankful to you guys. I thought when he meant blessed, he meant, like, people with height? You're thankful? But you're blessed, aren't you? The blessed have never said anything good about us pirates. So are blessed landlubbers? Perhaps you're not blessed after all. Could you be one of us? Maybe they mean straight. That's not possible. I see then. I guess you're right. Unblessed like us don't often live to your age on the mainland. Alright, is he calling us old? Sisypheli doesn't say another word and watches me finish eating the food and minutes in silence. Alright, I'll be going back now. Sisypheli picks up the wooden tray and opens the door. By the way, I should warn you. Sometimes, well, mostly at night, I become different. So please, don't be surprised when that happens. I was just about to ask what Sisypheli meant when he closes the door and takes his leave. Guess I just lost my chance to ask more questions. My stomach lurches a bit despite having drunk the medicine. At least, I'll be hungry for a while. I follow the pirate's advice and lie down on the bed to rest. And, just like that, I fall asleep. When I wake up, I see the faint torchlight beaming through the window. It must be nighttime now. I stretch, feeling much more comfortable this time. The boat still sways, but at least I don't feel as dizzy now. I did like the boat swaying a little bit, because it's kind of like rocking to sleep, I guess? I don't know. but not too much where you're actually moving back and forth. Are pirates still awake this late at night? I don't know much about sailing. It's like someone must still be working through the night. I mean, yeah, you have to have people doing stuff at night. The first mate told me not to walk around, but I'm sure that was just his way of persuading me to rest, right? I should be fine to leave now. I couldn't quite quell my boredom, so I convinced myself to leave the cabin. Oh, it's an orgy. The sea appears very dim at night. I'm a little shocked. I thought it would be like the night on land, illuminated by moonlight and countless stars. I'm not sure whether the weather is just poor tonight, but regardless, I don't see the moon in the sky. I mean, we can see the Milky Way like much more clearly than I could when I was at sea, though granted, there were still lights on the ship in some areas. The sea is pure, deep abyss. I can't see anything. Yeah, I have to say, on a dark moonless night, there's nothing more black than the sea. No islands, no boats, not even waves. The shimmering light, coming from below deck, doesn't even reach the bow. I don't dare walk about into the darkness. Oi! A voice calls out from behind and startles me. They told you not to wander around. Turn around, I see that big bear man again, the second mate. At least, he looks like the same guy. The fuck are you looking at? Back to your cabin. Now. I won't say again. He grabs my paw and drags me towards the lower deck. His strength is so immense that my arm strains under his tight grip. I'm stunned in the moment, unable to even struggle. After dragging me down into the cabins, Sisafeli lets go of my paw and begins to walk back to the deck. I track my sore arm and look back at him. They could be twins. I mean, might as well. Being grabbed like that gave me a woo. I went back to my private quarters, now with more questions running around my head. But lost in thought, I started to realize I had somehow made the wrong turn. The last fork in the hallway should be a left turn. All the corners down here look the same. It's very quiet, to say the least. Is everyone asleep? I thought there would be one crewman awake to take care of the ship. Eventually, I come to recognize where I am. Just up ahead is the way to the dining hall. If that bear man back there wasn't Sisafeli, then the real Sisafeli would be here in the dining hall, right? Should I go? They did tell me not to walk around. I bet there's going to be an orgy there, and I guess these are like, hey, this changes things. So let's just do the thing that's a bit quicker. No, since they've all told me to stay put, I better stay put. With haste, I find my way back to my cabin. When I return, I jump into my bed, though we could always just do this. Right-click? Oh, I guess this game it doesn't run on the same thing as other visual novels, so we could always just, Oh, that skips. When I turn, I jumped onto my bed and forced myself to fall asleep, but it doesn't take long to awaken again. Now, I don't feel like sleeping at all. The bed sways with the ship as I look out the window at the night sky. Would there be a breeze if I open the window? Perhaps that might not be a good idea this late at night. It's pitch black outside. I can only make out a few shadows of clouds moving along with the breeze. My mind starts to think about what happened before I was rescued by these pirates. Father, why? My rumination is interrupted by footsteps approaching the door to my cabin. The door swings open. Just so I don't forget to do that. I mean, there isn't like actual stuff going on here, so I'll just, remind myself, okay, that's where the quick play is. Hey, you, want to come with us? A captain, Poseidon. He's naked and reeks of alcohol. Matey, what are you doing moping about in your cabin? Come on out. You're a special guest. You're not wearing any clothes. Well, like even less than you usually do. Huh? That a problem? Oh, you like that kinky close sex. Captain! The crew member barges in and catches the tiger by its tail. He's also naked, but I didn't see much behind the captain. Captain, I told you before, the landlubbers wouldn't like it. And give me a sec. Sorry, my throat was blocked by uwu. Well, not uwu, but you know. Huh? Oh yeah. Bwahaha. Captain Poseidon ripples as he billows heartily. Ripples? There isn't much to be rippling about him. Sorry, landlubber. The captain here's drunker than a drowned sailor. I'll get him out of here right away. Oi, oi. Why are you yanking me? I just want to show him a good time. The crew member ignores Poseidon's struggle and drags him out of the doorway by his tail. My heart still races, even moments after they've left. What's wrong with Poseidon? What did he mean by showing me a good time? Oh, you sweet summer child. I pull the bedsheets over my face. I try to calm down, but my heart pounds hot and heavy. I want to forget the captain's sculpted naked body, but I can't stop seeing it. My mind wanders over every detail in perfect clarity. Gee, I hope the heartbeats are completely fine, you know? I mean, there's no actual thing going on, but you know. Because I'll definitely forget that one flash. My paw involuntarily reaches down, and I pause. The pictures in my head are I guide my limbs. I dig my paws into my pants and roll into a ball in the bed. Tonight, there'll be absolutely no way I'll be able to sleep. Keeping an eye out for naked flashes, you know? Also reset my face because I had to look down. The fierce rising sun awakens me this morning. My mind is in a daze as I look out the nearby window. I slept terribly last night. I mean, you could have wooed. Some pirates are on the deck working. Every now and then, one of them looks by my window. Is the window, like, towards the rest of the ship? Because I'm like, wait, I thought the window just went out to the side of the ship. Though I guess, now that I think about it, what would he discharge on? Anyways, they even greet me. Yo-ho, good morning. I respond with a smile and a wave of my paw. I'm honestly not really sure, but is this actually what pirates are like? I've always thought that pirates were dangerous people. Damn it! I can't help but think back to the captain appearing naked in my room. Sorry that I have to take that time. I just want to make sure that I take a picture and have it stable enough so it's not like, oh, here's a picture of this thing, but it's all blurry, so I can't see the timestamp. Was that the real danger of pirates? Although it's corrupt. I've been told of things like this ever since I was a child, about their orgies. It's like the Texas Renaissance Festival in here, but... Morning, little fella. How are you feeling? In the middle of my thoughts, Isukied opens the cabin door. He's holding another wooden tray. I hastily pull over the bedsheets to cover my lower half of my body. He doesn't seem to notice my shyness. I was worried he didn't sleep very well. You are a landlubber, after all. Oh, not that I have bad feelings toward you, little fella. It's just that landlubbers aren't used to the sea rocking around beneath them. Anyway, how about some breakfast? I brought some for you. Hardtack and backtack. Isukied hands me a tray. There's hot stew and bread on it, just like what I ate yesterday. Is this the only thing pirates eat? Although doubtful, I hold my tongue. I dip my bread into the stew and take a bite. The thick broth warms my body. Isukied smiles as he watches me eat, standing over me, ever patient. It looks completely different from the one I saw on deck last night. I wanted to ask him about it, but it looks like he doesn't seem to remember that I was wandering around the ship last night either. Twins, is something bothering you? I blink. How do you know I was thinking about something? As if reading my mind, Cicely points to the plate. It dawns me that I left the dip bread soaking the stew as I was daydreaming, the tip of my paws all wet. I swallow, the soggy bread and attempt to wipe my paws, but I don't have a handkerchief to use. There's no way I can rub them against my body. What's wrong? Oh. Cicely inches close to me. Then he kneels before holding my paws. What are you doing? Not answering, he brings the paws up to his mouth, or my paws. Dude, gay. His grip is so strong that I can't pull myself away. He begins to lick the tips of my claws clean. His rough tongue feels better. It feels a little itchy to the touch. I swear, my mouth sometimes reads faster than my eyes can. Is this good enough? He looks at my paws and blushes profusely. Pirates are strange. Nobody would do anything like that back at home. Except feet stuff. Being too intimate, I just have an invitation of another person. An invasion of another person's privacy. Even if they are your relatives or your lovers. I pick up another piece of bread and chew it softly. With less bite left, I look curiously at the end of the bread. My paws are still wet from Cicely's tongue. And if I ate this piece of bread... do you want bread? I hesitate for a moment and hand the bread over to Cicely. What's wrong, little fella? Can't eat anymore? I nod to him, pretending to be disinterested. Okay then, allow me to help. Cicely eats the bread directly out of my paw. As if instinct, I retract my paw, a little surprised. Oh, was this some kind of landlubber custom? I'm sorry, you can scold me if you're angry with me. I shake my head. No, really. You can yell at me, okay? You can even hit me, spank me, call me a bad boy. I'm shocked by this instance, but I can't help but raise my arms up in defiance. Please scold me, Daddy. His expectant eyes battle with my apprehension. I relent and force myself to prod the tip of his nose. I poke it only lightly, and he looks so disappointed. Okay. Once I finish the breakfast, we idle in the cabin in silence for a while. Eventually, Cicely coughs to grab my attention. By the way, Captain wants you to see him after breakfast. What? Why didn't you tell me earlier? I didn't want you to worry about it right before breakfast, little fella. And if you get anxious... it's nothing. Here, let me take the tray back. You go on ahead and see the captain. I tell him I don't know the location of the captain's room. Sorry, that was dumb of me. People always tell me that I'm dumb and stupid, and it gets me hard. And, well, if you aren't satisfied with me, please don't hesitate to scold me. I tell him I keep that in mind, but how could I be so rude to someone who's simply one to help? Cicely picks up the tray and ushers me out of the room. Damn. Also, what is with this thing inside of the thing? I know. Captain, I brought him here. Ahoy! Did you sleep well, little matey? Sleeping on a pirate ship must be pretty tough compared to what you're used to. When I meet Poseidon, I can't help but recall how you barged in my cabin last night, naked and drunk, keeping an eye out for peanuts. But now is not the time to think about that. Feeling better after a good night's rest? But you want to go home now, yeah? Tell me, where, and I'll make it happen. Captain, they're not ready yet. Cicely speaks out from behind me. Little matey here looks good enough to me. It's ready. It's already been a day. But Captain, he fell off a cliff and almost drowned. Bah, how would I know? Never walked a plank before till you try. Captain, most people aren't like you, not to mention he's a blessed landlubber. All the more reason to send him back quickly. What kind of landlubber would want to stay with us? Actually, I don't mind. Don't mind? Oi oi, you sure you're blessed? Huh. Well, I heard tales of landlubbers without a blessing, born and left abandoned, never fitting in with those around them. No, I had plenty of friends back on land. So you get along with the blessed, but don't mind us pirates either? I find that hard to believe. People only pretend to like pirates. Tell me then, why did you jump into the sea? Captain. Well, little matey, if you're not comfortable with us, you don't gotta beat around the bush. Or, are you lying about your friends back on land? Who's to say? It's gotta be one or the other. Still, I trust what you say, little matey. Maybe you're just so nice that you don't even know when you hate other people. The captain's boat just distracted me. Didn't say anything, but still trust me? Since the little matey decided to stay on board, we better not keep your plans waiting. See, we got a huge deal 2 weeks from now in Jusai, and before that, we've got to make a quick stop at Sluisland. Oh, then, little matey, if you come along with us, we can talk more on the way. How's that? I tell him I'd like that. Captain grins, then lets me go. On the way back to my cabin, I talked to Sister Philly about the captain's attitude. The captain didn't really seem to believe me. Well, I think the captain's only acting that way because in the past, we met many unblessed types pretending to have a blessing. People like that always have some ulterior motive. Maybe they do it for power or wealth. Ouch, I just scratched myself. The ones that don't pretend to be driven from their homes at a young age. Think about it. It's not like us pirates are born at sea. We've all been wandering around the world since we were young. Some of us chose to wander onto the ship. Others washed up like you did. But it's the first time I've seen one your age. What is it? Like, are we supposed to be old or young or what? So what about you? I mean, I suppose they're supposed to be older? Me? Well, I'm an orphan. Same as everyone else on the ship, maybe. Wandering is the only life we know, but we're all used to it. No need to feel sorry about something we never had, I guess. Instead, I kind of feel sorry for the landlubbers. They live without desire. Without desire? Yeah. Desire is what gives a pirate freedom, little fella. Because of that, we can do whatever we want, like swearing. And be naked. When I was a child, I was cool all the time. But it's different now. I think I'm happier as a pirate. But I know the landlubbers are also happy with their own lives. Maybe for them, their own way of life gives them happiness too. Well anyway, how about I show you around the ship? If you're gonna live here, it'd be best if you knew your way around it. With clear discomfort painting his face, Sister Philly changed the subject. He took his paw and dragged me out onto the deck. Oh look, what a great day. When the weather's good, the breeze is so nice out here. Sister Philly leads me to below the ship. The pirates working on deck greet us as we pass by. Oi mate, good morning. I'm Australian. $1. Come on and get some fresh air. Nothing like a cool breeze above deck. Oi. You eating something yet? Looks like you could do with some more, lad. Their expressions are cheerful and full of smiles. Most of them are topless, ooh, and can't help but notice my orbs are glistening from sweat. The shite sun. I watch them scurry about while carrying heavy barrels, while a few climb quickly on the ship's mast. We're big guys, they're pretty swift on their feet. Wonder if I could be like them. I'm hard. And next, we arrive at the stern of the ship. Just fairly just me to look out ahead. I wonder if that has any thing of it, because it doesn't seem to change any of the words, right? Well, let's see. Not really. Just me to look out ahead. The sea in the distance is endless. I don't see any land or islands at all. Just blue skies above and deep blue sea. A few clouds drift by slowly. The sun is beaming, but it's tempered by the cool sea breeze. The breeze is drier than I expected from the ocean. Neither wet nor humid as with salt spray. That's the thing I always find weird about being at sea, which is like, it's less humid at sea than it is on land for some reason. I close my eyes, enjoy the feel of the wind blowing across my fur. Sisifeli gently holds my waist. Careful not to fall down, little fella. I blush slightly. I don't dare move around between Sisifeli's big, meaty paws. He lets out a deep chuckle that rumbles through his paws pressed against my sides. Hey, wanna fly? I don't understand what he means before he can even turn around to ask. His paws slide into my armpits. He lifts me off my feet and over the edge of the ship. I jostle around in shock. But eventually, I managed to calm myself after realizing how firm Sisfili's grip was. It seems like my weight is easy for him to handle. Look, the sea. I look far onto the horizon. The sea, breeze keeps blowing. I kind of have that thing where you look on the horizon, it's like, is that a thing? I'm not sure. Without the ground beneath my feet, it truly feels like I'm flying. Do seagulls feel the same way? I close my eyes. Sunshine and sea breeze. The sound of the sails being buffeted by the wind, and the smell of the salt spray. It's heavenly. I could just forget about everything. That'll cheer you up. That cheer you up, little fella? I grunt in disapproval, too scared to strain the man between me and the crushing sea below. I bet you've never seen anything like this before. It's a really nice day today. The breeze is light, and the sun isn't too hot. Even though that means we can't sail any faster. But we pirates gotta enjoy the little things in life, little fella. There's not a lot more to see here, but sometimes you spot some flying fish. Yeah, I've seen them. Further, you might even see whales. I haven't seen whales, but I have seen dolphins. You know what whales are, right? They're like these really big fish, or massive fish. They spray water up into the air when they reach the surface. I don't even know what a flying fish is, let alone a whale. Huh. You know, if you're lucky, you might even see jellyfish at night. I've never seen jellyfish at night, but I've seen them on the, at docks. What really would scare me is at night. Maybe not scary, but like maybe uncomfortable is like when we would do like a night thing, and you'd see these, large squids moving about quite hastily in the water, and you're like, I don't know if they would try to attack humans, but I wouldn't want to attempt that. They're pretty hard to see, though. When jellyfish gather on the surface of the ocean, you'll see them glow under the moonlight, though I guess if you go into a jellyfish patch, yeah, you would see quite a few. It's a beautiful sight. Maybe you'll get to see it someday. I try to imagine what Sisifeli is talking about, but it's difficult to picture it. I wonder about all these shapes and these strange, unknown features could take. Before long, I'm distracted by Sisifeli's large palms pressed against my body. His paws are massive, nearly twice the size of my own. Close my eyes and think about how they feel against me. I'm gay. The earth becomes heavy and my body begins to heat up. Oi, what's going on here? First mate shuts behind us. Sisifeli shakes a little, but fortunately he holds its grip. He pulls me quickly back onto the ship. What are you slacking off for? You ain't supposed to be here. We just want to see what the little mate's up to. Oh, party's over. Get back to work. I lost what his accent would be. Oh, sir. The pirates scatter and return to their posts. Does that mean then they're all watching me when Sisyphili held me over the deck? I feel my muzzle flush. Magnus approaches us just before I start to dwell my embarrassment. First mate. The hell are you doing? Why aren't you in the kitchen? I was showing the new guy his way around the ship. And does over the side of the deck count as around the ship? Don't you know how dangerous that is? I'm really sorry, first mate. Even though it's clothed, I feel like I should just do that, you know? Sorry, don't sorry me with a piss poor apology. Get your boner back in your pants, second mate. I ain't here to please you. Go back to the kitchen. Yes, Magnus, but... Leave him to me. I'll take care of him. Yes, Magnus. Sisyphili hurries off below deck without looking back. Then Magnus approaches me, Magdicious. Having fun with Sisyphili? You keep men from their work. You know that? I knew better than to talk back to Magdicious. What the hell are you doing? Why was he holding you over the deck? He wanted me to experience the sea. Experience the sea? You can see it plenty from with your damn eyes. Don't you know how dangerous that was? He should have been in the kitchen cooking. Don't get in the way of his job. Don't be so hard on him. He just wanted to help. Bah. You think you know it all, but he ain't really in it. He ain't really in it to help you. Second mate likes being told off on purpose. What do you mean? Nobody would like that. Wait. True, wait. Import false. Am I a robot? Import false. You better not ask. You blessed folk wouldn't get it. No, you said he was showing you around? I told you last night. You can't wander around the ship. Same thing during the day, too. Just keep to the dining hall and the deck. Got it? Don't stick your muzzle where it don't belong. Else you find a thing you blessed wouldn't want to see. What, like the captain last night? What if I wanted to see? I think I'd like to know what the daily life of these pirates. Not like I could tell him with that first look on his face. Magdicious stares at me and sighs. You know that you're causing the whole damn lot of trouble. If you keep wandering around, the crew will never relax. Relax? What does he mean by that? You're showing your arse. It's getting them all roused. Letting no see my confusion, he grabs a paw. Follow me. He leads me below deck and through the narrow corridors, on down a sloping staircase into a dimly lit space. That is faint, and it's hard to see much between the crates and barrels. You know, to save us having to censor even more stuff, probably because it sounded like there was huffing and puffing, I think we're going to call it. Especially since we're past the, oh right, you can't right-click to do a thing. The, 30, sorry, the minute mark, because it's like, I'm just going to close this and quickly look at what it would be, because I bet it would be a thing. The 45-minute thing. But yeah, that's going to be the end of this quick look. So please comment, cause I like comments, tell me what you like, dislike, tips, tricks, otherwise. If you like my YouTube and like it grow, okay, it didn't seem like there's anything there. Then please like, subscribe, and check out the rest of the ground. Please remember to spay your animals to help control the pet population. And again, if you want to play this game, you can get it for free on itch.io. But if you want to support the people that make this game and or get the news version earlier, you can go to Patreon, where it's $3 a month, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's a donut. Glazed donut. Though I think that might be a euphemism. Let's make sure. Okay, that's turned off. We'll turn off this. Close it. Boop. And then put it into its respective folder. Quick look. And see, we got 16 more to go. Random number generator. Okay. 16. Big number. And then little number. Next week we'll be... Oh, and if you want me to play the game we just did, then tell me and I'll give it a point. We'll put it up higher on the quick look list. And if you have any of the quick looks to suggest, then tell me. And I'll both give it a point for the Let's Plays and put on the quick look thing. So, next one is number 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Which is Cool Whip. It's spooky. Psychic connections. I'm not sure what that is for. I'm gonna put the thing down. Just a smidge. Okay. Oh yeah, and I guess I should look at the other thing. Like, apparently My Pirate Husbando has like a system where there's like food and crates and monies and stuff like that. I was gonna say, here's this. I was gonna read the first thing on the item list, but it's like, yeah. You got supplies, gold jewelry, rouge bug, whatever that is. So there's like an entire system and cheat codes. But yeah, the next one is Psychic Connections, which, if I can spell that right, I can find the itch.io page and all that. And also their Patreon. Okay. Psychic Connections is a male romance visual novel placed in familiar setting with sparkling connections and supernatural flavor. Follow Mason, whose name it can change, who just moved away from home for college. Upon arrival, he finds himself inducted into a support group for individuals with psychic abilities. As a member, he will face several choices in his day-to-day life as he balances college with keeping his newfound friends abnormalities a secret. We hope you enjoy meeting our cast and entangle yourself further with one of our 4 eligible bachelors as you learn more about their troubled lives as psychics. So is Mob Psycho and Hundwood. You have a chance to help them cope with the issues their gifts bring. By doing so, you may even find yourself forming a deeper connection. Sorry, I got herpes. So, if you want to play this game, it's available free on itch.io. But if you want to... Sorry, got hiccups. But if you want to support the people that make this game and get the news version earlier, you can go to Patreon, where it's $3 a month for early access. And I'm going to have to turn down the audio thing even more because it's being even louder. I just like it kissing the yellow, not going all the way up there. Hyena? Hyena. Seems like it. And until next time, another quick look. Bye me. GamerWolfSix is some other game that means Psychic Connections. A game where I guess you're the rabbit guy? I don't know. Maybe. Or maybe we're the dog guy. Yeah, probably. And yeah, thanks and see ya.